that, I need to be myself. And I'm like, you do need to be yourself. Yeah, but without you. And you're like that, you're like this kind of person, and you're like that. And I'm like, no. Like, dude, okay, so we were door dashing like a couple days ago. And I noticed when we're talking, she got to the point where she wouldn't say anything. She would just sit there. So I'm like, okay, she's working and whatnot. And like, I don't want to get into details with our relationship or anything, because I already noticed, it was having an effect. Well, anyways, we're been on the phone. And then she goes, I would get out to go run inside to get the order, right? And I would listen, because it'd be on the car speaker. It would be on the car speaker. And I could hear her. When I get out of the car, all of a sudden she starts talking. I hear her talking. I hear her going on, and she's talking to Frankie when I leave the car. Mm-hmm. Then when I come back, I'm walking back to the car, and I can hear them still talking. But it got to the point where, okay, I noticed she was doing that. So then I was like, okay, I see what she's doing. And so when I would come back, I would open the car really quiet, and I would get in. Because she couldn't hear me. Mm-hmm. And she'd still be talking. And Clay would just sit there, and he'd look at me like, oh shit. He couldn't say anything. He didn't say anything. But she would be talking on, Simply's, and I heard her. Simply's going to leave you at any time. Simply she's not going to, she doesn't care about you. She was saying that shit. Like, what? She doesn't care about you, and she's just like that. She did it before. She's just going to up and leave. And I'm like, what? Like, she was talking shit. Like, putting this into his head. And then he goes, yeah, but Simply's back. And then she got quiet again. Like, it got to that point, and she acted like I didn't know what she was saying, and then she wouldn't say anything. Like, she would just sit there again, being quiet. Uh-huh. And I noticed that, and I know it was just I saw her starting to put things in his head, and I know that's who he was turning to, and I know that's why he went off yesterday. Like, even though she was on the phone with me though yesterday, and I'm like, why would she do that? Like, why? But I don't know. And she was and I know I saw her in his chat, like saying, oh, you got this, Frankie, and whatnot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I know that she was saying stuff to him. I know that she was putting things in his head, and it's sad because, like, I was telling Stormy and. Energy for it, but Frankie told me. Well, Frankie told me, you know why I have all this put in my head? I go, why? He goes, because of Shan. He said that Shan was saying stuff to him.
What was Shan saying? Did he tell you?
He was saying that Shan was saying stuff like, and I've noticed it. So, like, since you've been gone, when we have our three-way calls, remember how she was always catering to him and feeling bad for him, mm-hmm. and bathing him? Mm-hmm. She was doing that in our convos still. She was still doing it. She'd still side with him. Mm-hmm. She's like, that's not fair. Simply, you do that shit too. And then she started coming into my lives, like, she would say stuff. She's like, well, it's vice versa too. And then it got to the point where she messaged, she's like, girl, I can't take this no more. And I'm like, that's fine. I was like, it's okay, we just want you to be our friend, you don't need to be in our convos or our business, right? Like, I know how it is, and I want it that way. So it's okay. And I told her that. And that was it. And so, but she still was, and that's why it was so crazy, because when yesterday, like, she was poking her nose into it again. And I didn't know, because I didn't know he was talking to her. I didn't know, like, what she was saying to him. And like, in our conversations before, she would say stuff like, oh, Frankie, you can find somebody else that can value you. And I'm like, what? Or she'd be like, oh, Frankie, there's other fish in the sea. There's people that will take care of you and love you for you. And you're a good person. And she would, like, I would agree, like, yeah, you are a good person. But she would, like discredit me and make me feel like I'm treating him bad, And I told him, like, I don't say it to be mean. I say it because, you know what I mean? I'm just telling the truth, and he don't like the truth. And so I told him, and he knows that, because he always says that. He's like, I know you're not going to.
There's your recording, guys. I have it recorded. And that was the first day I started talking to her again. That was last Wednesday. And later that day, she called me and said she was going to go home. She wanted to go home, and she said, you're right, Olivia. I need to go home. I need to see my kids. I want my kids. Frankie ain't it for me. I want to go back to Utah. That's where my heart belongs, she said. I said, okay. Pack your shit up and get out of there and leave the keys. And I said, and you better be leaving, because that's the only way I'm going to help you. I did tell her that, because she has said numerous times she's going to leave. And some of you guys have sent her CA, and me and Shan told her to give it back. Give it back to the people. You didn't leave. No, she ran with that money. Just like she ran with my money too. And I don't think I'll get my money back, because I heard she got fired. And she told you guys she quit. No, she got fired.
Yep. What just happened? Not someone bringing me snacks. A popcorn!
And one thing, let me just confirm. When I talked to her on Monday, and I asked her on Sunday where she was at, she said she was in Utah. Monday morning, when I saw her live, I noticed the IHS, the building in the back. That's when I knew she was back in Oklahoma. And I texted her. And I said, I'm done. Just give me my money back, because you went back. I thought you were going back to see your kids and stop by to see them for a couple of days. She didn't do that. She's too worried about men, chasing after them, instead of worrying about her kids. It's crazy. And I hope some of you supporters that support her are in here listening to all of this. And she's still saying that we're trying to get clout. I don't care about that. I just want you guys to be aware of who you guys are dealing with. It took me a whole year to figure her out. Even that Monday, I tried to ask her, let me call your mom. Why? Why do you want to call my mom? Why are you questioning me? I told you everything. My mom doesn't want to talk to anybody. My mom doesn't like talking to anybody. Again, can I have your mom's number, or we can do this the hard way? I will go through your daughter and talk to her. Why? Why do you want to talk to my daughter? Why do you want to ruin my relationship with her? What? I didn't get that. I was like, what in the world? So there you have it.
Yeah. So that is everything that has been going on. And like I said, we are trying to open your eyes to see who she is, because like I said, we were there for her. We helped her. We were there at her lowest. and I almost helped them pay their electric bill. I almost helped them pay for their water bill and their gas bill. I almost helped them. But you know what? I'm kind of glad I didn't help, because I would have been waiting for them to pay me back as well. And I say them because they're both inside that house. They're both there, and they should both contribute into paying everybody back that they need to pay back. And I'm glad that I didn't help. I'm glad that, like, I'm glad I was worried about the amount of money that I sent her. But then when I looked at it, I was like, you know what, it's okay, because you know what, she bought lunch for me one day. One day she got me lunch, and I was like, you know what, I ain't even gonna worry or stressed about it. It's fine. It's whatever. I said, I'm not even gonna cry for it, because, you know, like I said, I really hope that I really hope she realizes herself and what she's doing. And one of these days, you know, like I said, I hope she does take accountability for doing this. I hope she really, I hope she reaches out to everybody that she screwed over. I hope she tells everybody that she's sorry. She apologizes. You know, she's so quick to diagnose everybody and say that they have a problem or they have an issue. But she's not claiming hers. She's not claiming her issue. She's not saying anything about what's going on with her. And she's not taking fault, but she's throwing everybody else under there. And I really hope that her new supporters that come in and, you know, realize who she is and realize what she's going to do and how she's going to manipulate you, or you know, I hope she fucking gets this shit settled. I hope she goes and gets help like we told her. Me and Olivia told her multiple times, go to a therapist, go get help. You need to talk to somebody. And that's what we've been telling her since they've been going through the bullcrap that they've been going through. And she came back saying they were going to go to therapy. When is that going to start?
They're not going to go unless we donate. She's all, oh. And then the other thing, she did get fired from her job. She went live this morning saying she didn't get fired, she quit. No, she got fired. And that was confirmed by whoever she called, told us that she called them crying, saying she got fired because she was live or watching a live.
Tracy said you can mention her. She said it was fine. So she called Tracy in distress yesterday, bawling, she said, crying her eyes out, saying they fired me because they caught me on TikTok. And Tracy said, go ahead, you can mention me. She's like, you know what, at this point, she's like, she's done so much dirt and it's terrible. She's like, you know, go ahead. You can say that she called me and she was crying, saying that she lost her job. She said, yeah. She said, she told me that. And Tracy's here right now. And if Tracy wants to jump in the box, she's more than welcome to say exactly what she said. And, you know, you'll hear it from Tracy because Tracy's the one that got the phone call.
The bitch is on her DoorDash game. She sent me snacks. Nay, just kidding. One of my followers, thank you, Jess, to drop snacks off for me because I'm just all stressed out. She is all.
Like I said, people can sit there and say, oh, they're bashing you. No, we're not bashing nobody. We're letting you guys know what's really going on, what she's really sweeping under the freaking carpet. Jess is off. You're welcome. The public, exactly.
Here because I have the two in the back, so I'm hiding.
And with the moon situation, guys, we haven't got that like confirmation yet, and I'm waiting for that confirmation, and that's the reason why I'm not speaking on it. So all of this stuff that is being said right now is off of hearsay, but I am wanting Moon to contact me so I can see what is really going on, because there has been some issue that went on there from what I've heard is she had borrowed also peso from Moon, which is 3,000 points is how much she borrows, what I heard. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I want to get in contact with Moon so I can get that confirmation. And from what she had told her friend, Stephanie, is that she went right ahead and Moon bought her a Louis Vuitton wallet or purse in some shades. So I don't know. I want Moon to contact me, and I want to get that I want to get from her.
You're like, as Melda said, I saw Moon's live way back, and she was so upset. I mean, that's still she said, he said, but if and when Moon confirms it, then she stole from her items, and she hasn't and probably will not pay her back the 3,000 points that she took or borrowed. But that is crazy. And she literally told, who was it? She told somebody that Moon was rich. Somebody in my life today was telling me that she told him that she had told them that Moon was rich.
She told me the same thing. She said, girl, Moon has so much stuff. Like, it's crazy. Her house is big. She has her own business. Like, why are you going out there telling people their you know, the stuff that they tell you? Why are you going around telling people's problems like it was your problem? Why are you spreading it around like that? Like, people tell you things so that you could keep it to yourself. I need a Netflix documentary. Girl, we're working on that. She's all. Like I said, I would just want people to know who she is before you fuck with her.
What in the world? Yes, guys, at this point, Navajo Nation does not want to own her. We want to rip up and burn her CIB. She's
I'm saying, you know, at this point, I'm kind of glad I didn't have her come to my house, because obviously you guys see my purses out. I have all my purses out. My purses are all, I put some away because you never know. When you don't know, you don't know. When you think you know, you don't know. So I put all of my purses inside my bags or inside my containers, because I ain't leaving my shit out. Heels new. She's all. But at the same time, like I said, I'm kind of glad that, you know, I didn't have her come to my home, because I feel like some stuff would have been taken, because I have stuff out. Got to be the unknown. Exactly. Gonna rip her CIB like Medea did.
You guys make the comment section, you guys make it so entertaining. I love reading everyone's comments. It's so freaking funny. And I'm known for my face expression. She's also, it's just funny. And as for 3K from each of them, ew, Terrell, do not pull us Simply. Dude, that's literally a thing in my home now. We're like, stop acting like Simply. Stop being a Simply. And it just turned, she's just a joke at this point. Ew, not taking her man too. She's all.
Like I said, guys, I didn't listen to any of y'all, because like I said, she never done anything to me personally. She never betrayed me like she did on that conversation she had with Olivia. And I told her, Olivia, the things that was going on when Olivia wasn't in the picture. She was like, I kept telling her, like, you know, if Olivia is your best friend, I was like, call Olivia. Like, have you called her yet? Have you texted her? Have you talked to her? She was like, no, I'm giving her her time. She said she needs her mental health days, is what she said. Sometimes she needs those days for herself, because this is just too much for her. And Olivia, do you want to tell them why you stopped talking to her, or why you stopped talking to her that day?
Yeah. That day, I had just got off work and she called, or I think I called her. I forgot how it went, but Shan and her were already on the phone. And I called and we were talking. Frankie was in the car. And again, they're having an argument because Frankie probably didn't do something right, or I don't know. I came in the middle of it and I'm just listening. And she's just saying so many mean things to Frankie. Mean, like, be normal. Why can't you just be normal? My Janelle was normal. My ex-husband was normal. Why can't you just be normal? And I couldn't take it anymore. And I stood up for Frankie. And I even cried because it was so awful. And I got mad at her and I hung up because I just couldn't take it anymore. And and I told her, I said, you say you have a health degree. Didn't they teach you guys these, like how to handle people that have mental disorders? Like, you don't keep picking at them. And I even told her, when it comes to that point, why can't you just leave? Why can't you just go for a walk? Since you're always saying you want to get back in shape, go for a walk. Go for a drive. But you want to sit there and keep picking at him. That's when he blows up. It just got too much, and that's why I just had to step away. And then that's when I called her last week on the 20th. That's why. So I don't know what she's over there saying that I did or what, but that's the truth of why I stepped away. Is because I stood up for Frankie and I just got off the phone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was how that happened. And she was like, see what you're doing, Frankie? You're making me lose my friends. Look at what you did. She was saying that to him on the phone, and my husband was over here listening like, God dang, really? And she was like, I don't want to have to lose my friends because of this. She was yelling at him on the phone. I was like, gosh, this is crazy. And then she blamed me and Olivia for her staying there. And that was another thing that was like, wait, first off, you never wanted to stay there. We told you Frankie was a great guy. He treated you good. But look, the way that you were talking about him, the way you were saying he wasn't for you. She always kept saying, he's not my forever. He's not my forever. He's too old. He's not fit. He's not my kind of guy. But still, look, I mean, you never know. I mean, hopefully, like I said, hopefully she's listening and she's hearing all of this stuff. And she finally realizes, like has that Daxo Raven moment where it just hits her. And she's like, oh, shit, I really do need to change the way I am. I really do need to get my shit together. Because all these people here are telling me that I'm wrong, but I'm sitting here on my high horse saying that I'm okay. No, you're not okay. Moon said, message her. Okay, I will message Moon. I will message her. Because it's not okay. And then with Mike and Funny Bone too, like I hope I'm pretty sure they're gonna be careful because they're great guys. I really hope that they don't trust her. They actually follow me. So I don't know, maybe, they don't want to be in it. So they're kind of like keeping their distance. But at the same time, I really wish that they kind of like, they kind of be careful with her. You know what I mean? She probably, I hope she didn't. I hope she did not. Simply Duda. Tell Moon to give us double discounts on. No, you guys, please be nice. Be nice.
I heard she does five-finger discounts. Ask Simply.
Sorry, guys. Tiff is like that Cat Williams where she just makes fun of like the situation. I'm so sorry that we need to make Tiff's last name Williams. Anybody with the last name William, so we can call her Tiff Williams?
Hell motherfucking no. Hell no. Jesus.
No, Simply did not ruin Moon's relationship. That